During the plaintiff's case in the Take Care of Maya trial, they painted Dr. Sally Smith as a villain who gave a wrongful diagnosis of Munchausen by proxy and assisted in the mistreatment of Maya and kept the Kowalskis from their daughter. And in her deposition, Dr. Sally Smith came across as, well, unlikable, scowling, combative. This is a look at some of it there. But when she took the stand in the defense's case on Thursday, a very different picture. She appeared a little softer as she answered defense questions. Take a look.
It was my conclusion that there was what we call positive findings for medical child abuse, and that the medical record review and the history taking and that kind of thing that I had reviewed provided very strong evidence to support that conclusion.
All right, so what does her body language tell us, and how might it differ from what we saw in her deposition? We're bringing in the experts to help us do that. Jury consultant and human behavior expert Susan Constantine is with us, and body language expert and communication specialist Tiffany Lee is with us as well. Ladies, good morning to you both. You both look beautiful. Oh, and you're orange. It's like you match. It's like we planned this. All right, so let's start with some video clips for you both. All right, let's take a look at, this was a cross-examination clip of Dr. Sally. This is yesterday when she is crossed by the plaintiff's counsel when he's saying, nobody agreed with you. Nobody agreed with you in your diagnosis. And let's look how she handles that.
You know, there wasn't a single child psychologist or child psychiatrist that diagnosed what you were claiming. You're aware of that, right?
That's also irrelevant. I don't need a psychiatric degree to assess medical child abuse. I'm very well trained to evaluate medical child abuse based on my child abuse pediatrics experience and board certification.
Well, there's not a single child psychologist or psychiatrist that agreed with you. You do realize that, don't you?
No, I don't.
All right, Susan Constantine, start us off, please.
Oh my goodness, there's so much to unpack here. Just her overall demeanor. I just want to just kind of give you kind of a background. You know, your face can be a roadmap to your entire life, you know, of how she views life, her cognitions and her behaviors and the walk that she's had throughout. And you can see that scorn, that sense of anger, that's all within these, what they call action units at the top of her face. And she is very combative. So when you look at her overall demeanor and then you tie in her vocal tone and her presentation when she's asking the questions, she's very combative. So even though she's wearing her hair down, she's put a little bit of makeup on to try to soften her appearance up, if you were a non-sighted person and you couldn't see what she was saying, you could actually hear the same demeanor in her voice inflection and gotten a visual picture of who you're talking to.
Susan, appreciate all that. This is helpful. Tiffany Lee, I've got a clip I want to play for you. We're going to go back in time a little bit to the deposition just to kind of compare and contrast, because that clip we just played for Susan, that was just yesterday, how she came off. But at the depot, different story. Let's watch.
I introduced myself as a pediatrician with the child protection team. I did not go into major details about what that meant.
And you did not do that with Jack Kowalski, did you? In that first interview with him, let me finish my question. In that first interview with him, you did not tell him that you were investigating him for possible allegations, or no, under allegations of child abuse of Maya, did you?
I introduced myself as with the child protection team. I did not go into detail about what that meant.
All right, Tiffany Lee, your thoughts on her there, please.
Gotcha. So, you know, I'm always taking my notes. But this one, she's still very combative. It's like in the video we just watched, they dressed her up. Clearly she had coaching. They probably saw her and her reviews were terrible based off of how she presented. But on this one, she is showing us who she really is. And one thing that she really does here, which really stood out to me, she does a little bit of like a withdrawal. We see her lips kind of go back like that when she's talking. And that is a sign of uncertainty. That can be a sign of I'm trying to conceal my actual thoughts, that could be a sign of I'm feeling insecure about what I'm saying or having doubts. So I've definitely watched that for sure.
This is so helpful. I love hearing you and Susan and the insight that you all have to share. I got another clip. Let's look at a cross-exam clip from yesterday. This is where she's being crossed about allegedly leaving Maya Kowalski to urinate on herself.
Were you aware that during that 48 hours, Maya Kowalski was forced to urinate and defecate on herself because she could not get over to the commode?
Objection, argumentative, and facts not known.
Overruled. She can answer.
No.
Were you part of the decision to put the commode just out of reach of her so that she could not get to it herself and had to rely on a nurse?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what do we think? Is she being truthful there? Susan?
No, because see, what we're looking at, let me tell you what's happening here, and liar's liar, pants on fire. When she's listening to what she's being asked, you're watching her eye movements, right? They're very rapid because she's trying to pull from somewhere. But if she should have answered that very quickly because she already knew the question was coming at her. She should have said no. But what she did do, she searched around, joggled back and forth, and then she answered it afterwards. So when a person is truthful, there's no delay. They know the truth, and they say, and then she has the anger that pinches again into her forehead right here. These are action uses 2 and 3, pull in, which is anger, and it's consistently there. The thing is with her is, as I shared, this is who Sally Smith is. This is how she's been throughout her life. She's obviously had a lot of anger issues throughout her life to have these kind of permanent wrinkles in her face, especially scorn, and it's actually in the form of hatred that you can see in her facial expression.
This is so helpful, Susan. We were talking about it in our newsroom because when she's at rest, when you can tell when she isn't even getting a question thrown at her, you see those marks, those they call like 11 marks, right? That from that. All right, let's look at another clip. This is from her depo, where she's talking about voicing a suggestion of taking Maya Kowalski off the medication.
You write also. Probably already in progress, but maybe get her off as many meds as possible. You're suggesting action to the hospitalist on the case at this point?
We were discussing elements of the case and the care.
Do you agree with the characterization that you're suggesting action on the part of the hospitalist?
As it says, I texted to her, probably already in progress, but maybe get her off as many meds as possible. So I guess it was a suggestion. I don't know in what context.
All right, Tiffany Lee, tell us what you see here, please.
Lots of distancing. I mean, like Susan has said, she has showed us who she is from the very, very beginning. And even in her language, her body language, we talk about her body language. She's doing a lot of the same things that she's been doing. But what I want to talk about is the way that she answers these questions. Truthful people tend to get right to it. Yes, no, the end. People who are not being so truthful, they tend to kind of add extra words, add extra layers in. And when she was talking about, when he was asking her different questions, she was like, we were discussing the elements, and he asked her, did she do something? It should have been a yes or no. Not, we were discussing the elements and well, maybe, and all of this, yes or no. But these are definite symbols of someone not being truthful.
Oh, I love it. I learn so much from you two every time we talk.